Hi YouTube, it is Hazel Rebel 13 coming at you. I am making a new video. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've been off in my own machinations. Let's start with the numbers. I went into surgery December 16th, 2013. I was 269 pounds. I just went in for my second month update and I was 256 pounds. So that's a 13-pound weight loss. And it's not good. Needless to say, it is not good. It's not what I've heard other people doing or heard them saying. I don't know if I'm at a stall right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm right at about 7 weeks. And the scale has just been sort of hovering around that number for a while. I didn't lose a tremendous amount of weight in the beginning. I know that I have a very stubborn, crazy, out of whack, out of control metabolism. But I also know that my doctor told me that maybe I'm just eating a little bit too much in my portions. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't eat often enough. So I've been using some advice that didn't work for me, which is eating 3 meals a day and trying not to snack in between. That advice does not work for me. What I've seen work for me is to have a meal about every 3.5 to every 4 hours. So today I downloaded a timer from iTunes, and it's called the 3-hour diet. And as you can see here, it's counting down to 3 hours. I just ate about 8-9 minutes ago, and so it's counting down to that 3rd hour, and then I'll have another snack. So my doctor didn't really give me a lot, and doesn't really give me a lot of nutrition information in terms of what I should eat and how much I should eat. And I have not met with a dietitian to do that either. So I've just been taking a lot of information from other sources, Google searches and stuff like that, and just kind of winging it on my own like I always have. And I know that in some of my earlier videos I said I just didn't want to do that. So it's been a little bit frustrating because I can't really get a straight answer out of him in terms of what I should or shouldn't be eating. I mean, of course, there's the obvious things like high-fat foods, high-calorie foods, high-carb or bad carb, and, high-sugar foods. But he never really got into portions and protein sizes until today. All of these recommendations of stuff that I hear on YouTube is not something that came from my doctor. In terms of protein shakes and being able to get my protein. I'm not having an incident of my hair falling out or anything because I do eat protein, perhaps too much protein at this point is what it's looking like I've been doing. So I got my meal minder. Going to be eating every 4 hours. I know that in those first few weeks, after maybe a couple weeks, I started at one point, and then I started eating every 4 hours, and the weight started coming off. So I'm going to try to speed up my metabolism that way. I hate to have had surgery and then go through all of this and be playing tricks with myself. And I'm pretty sure that somebody's going to comment on this about, whatever. But it's just, I just want to get on here to share what my experience is. People take it the way that they want to take it. Hopefully, my goal is to get it off of me, to be honest, to get on here and be honest about what's really going on with me after my sleeve gastrectomy. That is really my goal, to eventually motivate myself, and maybe I could help other people to let them know that they're not alone if they struggle. If they struggle with food addiction like I do, if you struggle with, portion sizes, if you're afraid of eating small portion sizes, if you're afraid of what that means, if that is a spiritual conundrum rather than a physical one for you, like it is for me sometimes, that you're just not alone. You're not alone. I know that this is a wonderful tool. I know that it's helped a lot of people. I'm looking forward to this tool helping me, but I know that I have to put in the work. It's not a panacea for all of my ills. It's not going to cure my emotional problems. It's not going to get rid of my emotional eating. That's something that I have to actively work on. And I also have to actively work on my own food choices and how much I'm eating. And so it was helpful today to see my doctor and to have him point out those portion sizes to me. So what he's telling me is that I should have about the size of the palm of my hand should be my entire food portion. That would be protein and whatever else that I'm putting with it. And he wants me to have as much fresh produce as possible. So that's for my meals. For my snacks, he's mentioned things like, half a banana and nuts and stuff like that. I know for me, I'm diabetic. Banana's a lot of sugar. I mean, I've eaten worse sugar, don't get me wrong. But I also know that it's a lot of sugar. So I'm looking for other options that are not so high in sugar. But for the most part, things have been going okay. I'm not busting out my 18s like I was before I had surgery. Hopefully this is just some sort of plateau and it's not true that I'm eating too much. And I tell you one thing for sure. I'm not eating anywhere near the volume of food that I had before I ate surgery. I mean, for me to have like a 2 or 3 ounce steak right now is just a miracle, because I could easily have cleaned a 10 ounce steak and not bat an eye before surgery. So I'm eating at least half of what I used to eat before, if not a quarter to a third of what I used to eat before. So if this is a stall and I'm not losing weight because of that, then that would be the reason for my not losing weight, not necessarily that I'm eating too much food. And so today is a very special day for me. It marks the anniversary of a very special time in my life, and I'm just grateful to still be here. And if this is my only struggle today, then I'm doing pretty good, because there are other people who are struggling a lot more. There's a lot of sadness in the world right now, and it's not with me. So I just want to acknowledge that and say peace and blessings to you, YouTube, and thank you for the positive comments that people have sent my way, and let's just do this together. If you have anything to share or any questions to ask, please do. I wanted my information to be more positive, but I said that I would post when, after my doctor's visits. Hopefully next month, things will be a lot more positive. Thank you for listening. Peace and blessings.